Hi guys. Today I wanted to talk about how to stop the blame and start taking ownership of your life. I can tell you from my experience that for many years of my life I used to blame people outside of my life for my life not working, for me not being happy. For everything or every failure I thought it was because of somebody else. And as a result, because I never really owned it, things never changed. It is only when I started to own it, things started to change. One of the biggest problems that we have is blame. Let's see how it feels. So, something goes wrong, you blame it to somebody else. It is only because of you that I'm not happy. It is only because of you that I am fearful. It is only because of you that I lost something. If only you could change, I will be happy. Look at these sentences. I feel this is very easy. You can put the blame on somebody else and never take responsibility. And I know families, society, friends, so many people who like to blame. The concept of this magic or I don't know, evil eye. So many people think like this, that somebody has done something to me, that is why my life is not good. Somebody is jealous of me, that's why I got sick. It is all because of somebody else. It is all because of somebody outside of me that I'm not happy. How do you think change can happen if all your life what you do is keep blaming somebody outside of you? People get sick, and because of this burden that they carry with themselves of blaming somebody else. Because it's quite easy, and I know it's very easy. The difficult part is to say that even if somebody did something, or even if it is because of somebody, even though it cannot be, I'll tell you why. But you always have the opportunity to change your thoughts around that, to do something for it, to learn from it, to make the change that you need to for yourself, to draw boundaries. You can do everything I'm not saying everything is not in your control, but you have a few things that you can control and change in your life. I cannot get into somebody else's mind and feelings and create their life. You see how it feels. When somebody blames you or somebody blames somebody else outside of them, now look how they think. That person has affected me. How is that possible? That is only possible when I let my own thinking think that way. My feeling feel that way. If I tell myself and make the decision myself that I will not let anybody upset me, make me unhappy, or make me sad, you become responsible. Ultimately, it's your life and you are responsible for yourself. Now, there's a difference. When you blame, you're a victim. It is because of them. Now, you're a victim because somebody else did something. You cannot do anything. You have no power. The control has been given to them. So, you're a victim now. But when you say, I know why it's happening, even if I don't know, I can do what I can do to help myself. I will not let that affect me. I'll create my own life. I'll still choose to think the right thoughts and the right feelings. I'll still do that is good for me and possibly good for them as well. What happens now? You become a creator. The moment you become responsible for your life, you become a creator rather than becoming a victim. So it's very easy to blame, and what is more difficult is to create, to think positive, to think what you can learn, to think what you can do, to think what is your mistake, what you could have done better, and that is fine. You can do something different next time. But what is important is to own it, to take responsibility for that, to take responsibility of your part, just your part. Instead of saying they did this, Just take responsibility of your part. Yes, I did this mistake. This was my mistake. Tomorrow, I'm going to always make my affairs clean and clear. Tomorrow, I'm not going to trust people to that extent. Tomorrow, I'm not going to let anybody affect my state. I'm going to stay away from people who are negative. I'm not going to let somebody else's negative thoughts affect me. Now you become a creator. You have the power. You have the control. You can do what you want to do. You can feel what you want to feel. You can think what you want to think. And definitely mold your life the way you want to. But when you're blaming all the time, how do you think it will help you? You'll always stay a victim. Today there'll be one person, tomorrow there'll be 10 people. And after that, maybe the entire society, the entire country, the entire world. Now you blame the entire world. The world is bad. You're good, but the world is bad. You'll never change. Nothing will change in your life unless you take this ownership and tell yourself that no matter what may happen, I will take responsibility of my life. I will take responsibility for my choices and my decisions. People will do what they do always. They will never stop. And it might be true that your life can change upside down just because of some people. I'm not denying that. But you still have the control to own your life, to learn from it. So instead of being a victim, become a creator. Stop the blame game and see how you feel. In the beginning, it will be very difficult because you have to own yourself. You have to tell yourself, it is my mistake. And I think the strongest of people are those who have the courage to accept their mistakes. Most people don't, because as I said, it's very easy to blame. And by blaming, you're doing no good to anybody, not yourself and not to the other person, not to anybody else. But when you take ownership, you're doing good to everybody. First yourself and then everybody else. Because at the same time, you also stop this negative story, the negative mindset. You stop it. You become positive, you learn what you need to learn and let people do what they want to do. That's not your business anyways. So from today, stop blaming anybody outside of you and start taking ownership of your part. Good luck.